Wait a minute, Tank Talk? What? Hey folks, it's John with KG Tropicals. Yes, it's true, Tank Talk is back, but what is it? Well, I've decided to take a bunch of stuff that I used to do in the past, put it all together into a new video series each week. But don't worry, this is not something that's going to replace anything that we're doing now. We're doing this in addition to the videos that we're already doing. So we're still going to be putting up the update project videos, stuff like that, and then the 10 Things episodes on Sundays, but this is just going to be a bonus. If you remember, I've had a bunch of different series that I've done on this channel. I've done Tank Talk, I've done KG Q&A, Comment of the Week, I've done all kinds of series. What I'm going to do is take elements from each one of those series, put it all together for a new video each week, and they're just going to be called Tank Talk. It just makes sense. That's what I've used for years, so might as well run with that. So here's how it's going to work. Each week, I'm going to comb through the comment section of these Tank Talk videos, and I'm going to select some questions that I think should be answered in these videos. So if you have questions about anything to do with the aquarium hobby, put them in the comment section below, and maybe you'll make the cut, who knows? And then also, I'm going to select a comment of the week. I don't know why I do that all the time, but this is going to be a comment that I can have some fun with, maybe poke some fun at somebody or have a good time with, whatever. Or it might just be a very bold statement, something that somebody said because they were angry or because they were trying to be funny or whatever it is, and I will take that comment of the week and I will address that in each video too. So probably 2, maybe 3 questions each week I'll cover, and then we'll add a comment of the week on here. So it's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to see your question answered, put it in the comment section below. In the past with KG Q&A, I had an email address set up specifically for answering questions. You send your question into that, I read them on the videos, and I answer them. I want to do it in the comment sections now, so don't use that email address unless you have a question that really needs a video attached to it or a photo attached to it or something like that. If that's the case, put your question in the comments and leave in the comment, I also emailed you. That way I know, because it's not an email address that I check every single day. So send your questions that need videos attached or photos, and I'll put those in the video too, to kgqa@gmail.com. But let's just keep it simple. Let's do it in the comment section. So again, I don't want to confuse you. Put your questions in the comments, but if you need to attach a video or a photo, use that email address right there, and that'll be fine. So we'll just try to keep this simple. Now, with this being a brand new series, something that I have not announced or talked about at all, I don't have any questions in the comment section to go by. So I am going to go to the email address that I've had in the past, kgqa@gmail.com. That's where I've gotten the questions for the first couple of episodes of this. So let's roll with that. But from now on, put them in the comments. Let's do it. Let's go to the first question. This first question came to me in March of 2018. Better late than never, I guess. The question is from Lawrence Brown, and he says, too much info from too many different places, I think, and could use your help straightening it out. Saw your video on buying fish part 2 and about what can go in each tank. Local fish store has been awesome helping me mix and match. But now I post a video and folks see my zebras and Frontosa in the tank and they freak out. Then I see yours and you have plenty mixed. Do I need to worry? I'm fairly new, but tank is professionally cared for the first of every month, so getting good help there, and even he, knowing every detail of my tank, said a Frontosa would be okay. Then he goes into what he has in the tank. You can read that if you want. Compared to the Frontosa, slight size disadvantage to the zebras except one, but they all seemed playing nicely early on today when I got it in. He closes by saying, sorry, I know it's a lot and I'm not your problem, but from your videos you seem like you're willing to help. By the way, good website. Even though it's just me sitting here with the camera, you'd be surprised how much pressure is on to read it properly, and sometimes that's not easy. Okay, so the first thing to address here is, there's a lot of things to address. Okay, so the internet is going to do what the internet does. So when you have something that is slightly against or very much against what the rule book says and you post it online, you're kind of setting yourself up to get nailed by a lot of these people. Trust me, doing things that involve the comment section in these videos, I'm going to be saying things like this quite a bit. But there's always going to be the people that are out there that just want to call you on whatever it is that you're doing that they disagree with. So when you say, do I need to worry? Well, if you're talking about worrying about being blasted online, yes, it's gonna happen. I mean, if that's something that you can't handle, then stop putting videos up on the internet, because it's coming, I promise you. But as far as the fish go, that's a little different. Yes, it's true. I have had Frontosas and Mbunas and peacocks and Victorians and everything mixed in a tank. I don't have that anymore, but back when I had my shop, I had that 240 gallon with everything in it. But the big difference between what I had and what you have is the Frontosas were some of the biggest fish in the tank. They had a major size advantage over a lot of the fish in there, particularly the Mbunas. Mbunas can be very nasty. Frontosas, not so much. Frontosas are kind of slow oafs. They just swim around and they don't do anything quickly, and they don't really bother anybody, where Mbunas are wild and crazy all over the place, and they're basically looking for their next victim. So mixing Frontosas and Mbunas, if the Frontosa has a size disadvantage, if it's smaller than the other fish in the tank, you might have some problems. And that's what I'm sure people are pointing out to you on that video. It's a risk, yes. As far as the water parameters and all of that kind of stuff, it's not a big deal. I mean, I know people are going to get on you for that too, but it's really not that bad. The major thing, though, with mixing these fish together is the aggression. We all know African cichlids can be aggressive no matter what. When you talk about Mbunas and Frontosas, which Frontosas are kind of like the crown jewel of African cichlid keeping, you're kind of setting them up to get nailed if they have a size disadvantage. So have I done it in the past? Yes. Have I done it successfully? Yes, many times. But have I done it the way you're doing it? No. I'm curious to know, almost a year later, how things are going with that. I'm sure they're fine, but, you know, we'll see. But as far as the internet goes, the internet is going to do what the internet does. If you can't handle that, don't put anything on the internet. Next question came to me back in February of 2018, and it's from Fred Brown II. He says, "Hey there, just ran into your videos on YouTube while looking to learn a little more about the fish I have. Jack Dempsey Red Devil, very small, Green Terror, Neon Jewel, and a Convict Neon Jewel." Not really sure what that is. "Also have a pleco, returned the Jaguar cichlid same day because he was a true bully. It's a 10-gallon setup. I realize I'll probably have to upgrade the tank size at some point. My question is, am I okay with this setup for now? Or should I be looking to upgrade the size ASAP and or return some of the fish? They do nip and pick at each other from time to time, but after watching your videos, I'd say they're somewhat mellow." What's that got to do with my videos? Here's a picture of the tank below. Thanks for your help. Okay, so the first thing that stands out to me from a mile away, and I'm not trying to pick on you here, Fred, because I'm sure you're a good guy. You have the title of your email, New African Cichlid Tank Setup. And none of the fish that you listed in there are African cichlids, okay? I mean, all right, the jewels are from the continent of Africa, but they're not what we would all call African cichlids. Usually when we refer to African cichlids, we're talking about the fish that are from the 3 Rift Lakes. The jewels are not one of those. So I think there's already a bit of confusion because these aren't Africans. The second big problem is, oh yes, you need to upgrade, and I hope you have by now. Good God, it's been almost a year. A 10-gallon tank with all of these fish in it that the argument could be made, each and every one of those fish should be in their own 55 or larger gallon tank. A 10-gallon tank is not gonna work. Maybe for quarantine, but to keep them as pets, absolutely not. So this is a prime example, and I'm sorry, Fred, but this is how things go on Tank Talk episodes. This is a prime example of somebody getting in too deep before they even know at all what it is that they're doing. This is an example of somebody going to the pet store saying, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one, and I like that one, and I don't like there to be algae in my tank, so I want that pleco. And you just buy it all and you put it all in one tank and you cross your fingers. and it almost never works out. It doesn't matter how much information is out there. It doesn't matter. People are impulsive. They're going to make decisions based on what they see and what they like. And in fish keeping, that is the worst mistake that anybody could ever make. And that's what you've done here. But I'm not mad at you, Fred. I'm not. I'm pretty sure by now you have figured out that this problem was a problem and you fixed it. I sure do hope so. But I'm not mad at you for this, but it was a huge mistake that a lot of people in this hobby make. I certainly did it. And it's going in before knowing anything about the fish that you want to keep. So you broke a lot of rules here, Fred. And I love you. I don't want you to be mad at me for saying this, but I don't know. It's hard because I want to be able to, I want to speak freely, but I don't want people to hate me. This is one of those, it's the most common mistake, it has to be, that anybody makes. And again, it's the whole story of, I like those fish, here's the tank, that's what I want to do. And I just cannot stress more. Do your research before you buy fish, because you are setting these fish up for an absolutely miserable existence. You have a 10-gallon tank, you should have things like barbs and guppies or maybe a beta in there. You should not be having Jack Dempsey's and Red Devils and the Jaguar that was a bully and a Pleco. Good Lord. I mean, this is, I don't know what more to say. I'm sorry. I'm troubled already in the first episode, but let's move on. The comment of the week section is where we're going to have a little bit of fun and relax, and there's really no rules here. So if you want to have some fun, you want to pick on me, you want to say something funny, you want to make a bold statement, let's not go political, okay? Because that's just garbage. Let's have some fun with it. The first one that I'm going to do, it came in a month ago. This was a month ago, folks. This is recent. Hi, everyone. Hope you all are having a nice Xmas. Hate people who do that. Don't be lazy. Type Christmas, for God's sakes. And a good New Year, one word. Saw the video and really hoping to make some friends. Also hope you guys could help me out as much as you could to start up a hobby. And keep you all update to donate. Here is my bank information. Also hope there are no selfish, heartless folks. And then this person put in bank account information. I think that this is going to happen probably every single week. I just, there are so many comments that come through that I just go, what? I don't know what does it, are you serious? You put bank account information, Mr. Allah Muhammad. Really? Did you do that? That can't be. I mean, I have it blocked out here, but I'm sure it doesn't need to be. I'm sure it's not a real bank account information, but come on. I mean, is this real? This episode is not going well so far. So this is a lot more laid back and casual, if you haven't figured that out by now, and that might be the death of this series. But let's go to the next one here. Tony Ortiz sent me this back in June of 2017, so his beta is long dead by now. Hey, I have a beta in a Rum Barcelo bottle. I think he means rum. It's a decent sized bottle. I also have an artificial plant in there with lots of rocks at the bottom. I've had it for 3 days and I got to thinking when I should clean it, but now that I think of it, how am I supposed to take the beta out without hurting it by rocks falling on it? Any ideas? This probably should have been the comment of the week. The first idea is people have to stop being artists with beta tanks. This is ridiculous. This is one of those things that pisses me off. I'm sorry to be that way. A rum bottle? Are you serious? What are you, Jack Sparrow now? I mean, it's just, come on. We don't need to make an artistic statement with beta tanks. These are living things. They're not decorations for you. And here I go. I'm on my soapbox again. But the answer, do I have any ideas? Yeah, get the beta out of the rum bottle. That's just dumb. I'm going to go ahead and assume, because of your horrible grammar and because of your terrible decisions, that you're probably a college-age person. Who else would put a fish in a rum bottle and then spell it rom. This is not something that makes sense for a grown man to do. What am I doing? I'm sorry. This is falling apart here. Maybe this series was a bad idea. I don't know, but this is kind of how it's going to be. This is a free-for-all. I'm not going to select perfect questions every single week. We're going to have a good time with this. It's just been impossible to have a good time with this particular episode because of questions like putting betas in rom bottles. Spelt it rom twice. Maybe I'm wrong. Rom Barcelo. Maybe that's not what I'm thinking it is. I don't know. Maybe this is a mistake. Let me Google Rom Barcelo. Maybe I'm wrong. No, it's a rum bottle. It's a rum bottle. So I was right. It's a rum bottle, but he said rom bottle, Rom Barcelo. It's Ron Barcelo, I don't know. It's on Google. It's right there. I mean, I'll put a picture up. These are not bottles that should be used for housing fish. If you are putting a fish in this bottle, you are trying to make a stupid statement and it's not working. You're not going to have anything in there for the fish. Come on. I mean, do I need to explain this? Is this a joke? I don't know. This is probably why I stopped doing KGQ&A before, but no, stop making a statement with beta tanks and putting them in things that they should not be in. Put them in little tanks like that. Put them in tanks like that have filtration and they have water movement and they have plants and things like that are going to be good for the fish. Stop putting them in alcohol bottles. Grow up and just buy a fish tank. You wanted my ideas. There it is. Buy a fish tank and stop drinking because you obviously have a problem. People are going to hate me so much here. So there you go, folks. We have made it to the end of the first Tank Talk episode, and I sure hope it was not a mistake. But this was actually a lot of fun. This is going back to the way I used to do things. There's no script here. This is just in your face. We'll talk about these things. And these are your questions. I'm not making these things up. They are real questions that came in. These were sent to the email address. And then, of course, the one was a comment putting bank account information in the comment sections of a YouTube video. But anyway, these are real. This is not being made up by me. So if you want to see your questions answered, I promise I'm not going to yell at everybody unless you're putting betas in rum bottles. But or Ron Barcelo bottles. Oh, God, kill me now. But I'm not going to yell at everybody. I know that today there's been some issues, but that's what I was given. So I don't know what else to do with it. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about it. This has been the most fun I've had recording a video since I came back from my break. So I hope you can see that, and I hope that you enjoy it too. If you want to get your questions answered in a future episode of Tank Talk, put it in the comment section below. Anything is fair game. It doesn't matter. Put it down in there, and I might select that to answer in a future episode. And again, I promise I'm not going to yell at everybody. But also, if you do have a video or a photo like you saw in here, I was able to put videos over top and stuff like that. If you have one like that that's going to better help me understand the question, send that video to kgqa@gmail.com. Along with your question. But then do me the favor, give me the engagement in the video and put it in the comment section too, so that I know to go over there and look at it, because I don't check that email every day. I don't get notifications on my phone from it. I have to specifically go there. So try not to use that email address, but if you want to put the video in there, that's fine. So if you like this kind of format and you appreciate this kind of thing, going back to my roots, click the like button, let me know that you like this, and that also allows me to know that you stuck around till the very end. Don't forget that 10 Things is not going anywhere. That is still going to be uploaded every single Sunday. These are going to go up on Tuesdays, and then our update project videos, stuff like that, are going to go up on Thursdays. 3 videos a week. Thank God Lisa's involved in some of these, because if it was all just me, you would get sick of me very, very quick. But anyway, having a great time. I hope you are too, and I look forward to seeing you on next week's Tank Talk. Hopefully it's a little bit more smooth than this one was, because